Experts say Shiba Inu will be the first to 100 billion market cap. Plus, did Shiba Inu break the internet again? I'm using quotations for a reason there. Plus, the weirdness on the Solana meme coin craze continues to be in full strength. We'll talk a little bit about that, and I'll show you a pump and dump that has to do with Elon Musk. I'll explain that. And did we find the culprits that triggered the Saturday, Friday sell-off? And what's happening to the market now, right? It looks like a little bit of a comeback, maybe, right? Soon. All I ask is that you give me a beautiful smile. Smash that like button. Check out the Moneymaker store if you're interested in some cool swag. Now let's do the Shiba Shib. So currently the price of Shiba Inu is at 0.402703. It says here up 6.5% on the day. But of course, if we zoom out, right, we can see there's still a lot of red over the past 24 hours. And if we go to Shiba Inu, you can see it's down 5.8%, but a lot of the dip, right, that happened has been eaten up, right? So if we take a look here for Shiba Inu and we test from the low point there, it's up 13.34% since the low. If you use leverage, right, that would have been a very nice move to catch, right? We talked about this yesterday, the psychological part of the market and how sometimes when you see a dip like this, it's an opportunity. Sometimes it's not an opportunity. You have to decide what it is for you, right? If you're interested in using leverage, of course, our partner, Margex, will give you that opportunity. Link is in the description down below. You can go up to 25x on the Shiba Inu contract here, the 1000 Shib. But if you trade other assets, you can do a little bit more. 17, 15 is even crazy for me, right? Then again, not financial advice. Always do your due diligence before you decide to invest. And please trade responsibly. You'll get some bonuses if you use my link. Link is in the description down below. So what could potentially happen here for the markets? Can we see Bitcoin get back to 70,000? Interestingly, even with the sell-off, where it didn't fall much, right? It went from 88 on the 14th of March, then went to 83, then to 81, then to 79. Not too bad, right? If when we had the sell-off on the 5th of March, when we went from 90 to 75, right? So if we zoom out for a second, the 5th of March, if you remember that, right, it was this, okay? So we had that big sell-off, and we hit from 68,000, right? It dropped all the way down to 59,000. We take a look, right? Of course, that was in one day, but that was about a 14% drop. If we take a look here, right, yes, it was on a span of 3 days, but we dropped about the same amount, right? About 12%, you could say even 12.5%. So yes, of course, it wasn't in one day, so it didn't create that much of fear, but still, it held very nicely. Only, 10 points here. This was a 15% point, but this was again over a few days period. So actually, now that I'm seeing it, it looks okay. In second thought, it looks okay. And you can see finally, right, the stochastic full for Bitcoin got a little bit of release, got a little bit of breathing room, right? It was choked up here, right? There was a lot of pressure, right, on the buying side, right? And so a little bit of a release. I did see this. Someone said that a fund was shorting MSTR, right? So that's MicroStrategy. And they were shorting them 1 billion on each side, got stopped out on Friday. And then they had to, because MSTR was going up, then they had to sell 1 billion worth of Bitcoin, and that triggered liquidations. So listen, this could have been what triggered the sell-off, but I still think the fact that the Fed is going to have its decision this week could have created some fear. Sunday is fun day, right? sometimes is a tricky mistress here, because sometimes Sunday looks very, very positive, like it's coming back a little bit, and then by the time people start waking up and come back from church and things like that, suddenly we see a sell-off towards the end of the day. So be very careful with Sunday. Okay, it can be a tricky day. Okay. I saw this article here. Forget Dogecoin. Shiba Inu set up to become the top dog. Experts predict 100 billion in market cap. So I was, writing down here, and then I saw who was the expert. That's nothing against Jake, by the way. Just because they used his tweet. It says Shib will be first to 100 billion market cap meme coin. Now Jake might be right here, right? I'm not saying he's wrong. But the fact is that they made an article here and said that an expert, Jake is a YouTube, I think he has a YouTube channel, and he's on Twitter. Nothing against Jake again. It's just funny. Like, I do not see myself as an expert. To be an expert, you need 10,000 hours of content creator, right? You need 10,000 hours of doing something to become an expert. I don't think I have 10,000 hours of analyzing Shiba Inu, even if 3 years of doing YouTube. I do not consider myself an expert, right? So the fact that they say expert predicts, okay. So just be careful, okay? Now let's talk a little bit about what 100 billion market cap would mean for Shiba Inu. Currently, Shiba Inu is sitting at 15, right? So 100 billion market cap. Currently, only Tether, Ethereum, and Bitcoin have that title of being over 100 billion market cap. Okay, so if we take the calculator out, right, and we do 100 divided by, where are we now? 15, let's say 16. Okay, we'll round it up. 16. That's a 6.25x from where currently Shiba Inu is. So if we take the price, right, times 0.1234269, that will bring us to 0.3016. So that would mean getting back to all-time highs, right? And then going up another 100%. Now, this is not out of the realm of possibility. This could definitely happen in the bull market. We could potentially see Shiba Inu getting back to all-time highs, even as soon as Bitcoin hitting 100,000, which is what I'm thinking, what I'm predicting. Maybe I'll be right, maybe I'll be wrong. I'm okay taking L's on that kind of prediction. I just think once we hit 100,000 for Bitcoin, I think the floodgates are going to open. I've showed this in previous videos. But the question is, will Doge get there faster than Shiba Inu, right? Because the article is saying that it's going to be the first, right? If you take, right, the current movements that we have seen, right, and we look at Dogecoin. Now, I don't want to, belittle Dogecoin, right? But if we look at the movements, Shiba Inu has moved a lot more explosively than Dogecoin. And as people come in and they look at the price of Dogecoin, right, the new retail investors, Shiba Inu looks a lot tastier just because of the price, right? And the title, the new Dogecoin, right? So people are going to potentially be looking for a new Dogecoin for this run. Now, of course, maybe Shiba Inu, people are already saying, what's the new Shiba Inu of this cycle that, went up 72 million%, right? So people are looking, okay, this is new. Dogecoin went up a lot also last cycle, and it was a top 20 crypto. Maybe Shiba Inu is the one that does it this time. So to say that Shiba Inu will surpass Dogecoin on the market cap, it's happened before. It could definitely happen again. To say that Shiba Inu will be the first to 100 million, that's kind of tricky to say, because Doge already has a leg up a little bit on Shiba Inu. So Doge would only need a 5x to do it. But we have seen in the past few weeks that Shiba Inu was more explosive than Dogecoin. So I would say it's about a 60-40 kind of chance here for Shiba Inu to get to the 100 million market cap first. It's not out of the realm of possibility, right? Especially with it. So I'm saying it's higher probability that Shiba Inu will do it, but I'm not saying it's 100% going to happen, 90%. Like, it could happen. It depends on the momentum. It depends on where the narrative is going. If suddenly Elon Musk starts, pumping Dogecoin again, that could potentially hurt the chances of this happening for Shiba Inu first. But I still feel that the Shiba Inu community is very, very strong, and there's high probability if this happens that Shiba Inu would be faster than Dogecoin. Okay. Again, it doesn't mean that this is going to happen. There's no assurance that Shiba Inu will ever get to 100 billion market cap. Interestingly, here we are seeing that what happened? Technical difficulty time. Here it is. I wanted this article, and for some reason it gave me something else. Shibarium breaks the internet again with over 400 million layer 2 transactions. Right, the number of transactions for Shibarium keeps going up, yet we're not seeing the explosive movement that we had seen previously. This has to do with the project that was giving us around 7 million transactions a day, kind of winding things down on their minting. And we'll see going forward, right? Again, breaking the internet, right? We'll see again what I know. I'm also a clickbaiter, so I can't criticize other people. But we'll see going forward if Shibarium does get a lot of traffic and a lot of partners. How will this affect the transactions? I'm still on the fence on Shibarium. I've talked about this multiple times, but we'll see, right? Like I've said, currently with the current market situation, with the current amount of transactions, the current gas fees on Shibarium, 1 cent is not going to happen. But if things change, I will change my prediction, right? I have the data now. I can say, well, if I win the lottery, I'm going to do this and this and this, right? Currently, I'm not going to win the lottery. I didn't even fill it out this week, right? If the data changes, if I fill out the lottery, maybe there's a chance. But if the data changes on Shibarium, then potentially it could happen, right? 1 cent. If not, it's not going to happen. Just, the market cap wise, calculation. There has been this phenomenon of Solana meme coins that are going to the moon. We talked about Book of Meme yesterday that skyrocketed up. And there was a pre-sale of another token. I'm not going to mention the name just because it's only 100 million market cap now, so it's under the requirements. But people gave about 10 million to it, and 5 million on the 10 million on the pre-sale. So people just send money for pre-sale, and now it's at 134 million market cap, right? It's dipped down. It's dropped about 50% from its high. But this one, I wanted to bring to you. It was named Jason, right? And of course, this is kind of out of their realm because it's under 500 million market cap, but it has to do with Elon Musk, and this is as a warning, okay? As a warning of these kinds of things, okay? So yesterday, Jason from All In Podcast tweeted out, right? Note, I am not involved in any crypto projects, and I will never ask you to buy a coin. Anyone asking you to buy a token associated with me is running a scam, right? And then Elon tweeted, okay, fine, I'll buy your coin. And then somebody went and made a coin with his picture, right? His picture, and called it Jason. And it went up 40,000% in an hour, right? But then what happens? Rug pull. It dropped, significantly. Now, I don't know what's going to happen with this. Maybe it explodes. Maybe it becomes the biggest coin on the market. Just be careful of this. Be careful of things like this. And again, this one, because of Elon Musk, it pumped, right? Just be careful out there. Any kind of, we talked about this yesterday where people were sending money and people were losing, someone lost $1.2 million to a potential pre-sale. And there's going to be scammers in the comment section, and there's going to be scammers on Twitter, and there's going to be scammers everywhere, right? Be super duper careful. Put up your spidey senses 10 times I'm not going to contact you. No, the crypto banters, I'm just throwing out a name. It's not going to contact you to get you to send him your money and make profits. No, these are all scammers. They feed on the weak. They feed on the greedy, right? The people that wants to take their money and 10x it fast, right? So don't be like that. Don't be greedy. Be a small greeter, right? There's a saying, but I don't know. I don't want to say it. That my dad likes to say. It involves swine, right? But be a small, right? Don't be you need to be aggressive, but not not, I don't know to how to put this. Just be careful. So don't forget to smash the like button. Check out the links in the description down below. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you next time. And like I always say, let's make a lot of money.